Introducing first, he is from the Ramsey County Jail. He weighs in at 235 pounds. Officer Rob Justice. His opponent. He is from Detroit, Michigan. He weighs in at 220 pounds. Luther Wilson III.
Champagne player, yeah, my money insane player, yeah, I'm making it rain player, but I was just a brain player,
And welcome back to Pro Wrestling Battleground here at Walebski's Blues Saloon. We've got the culmination of almost 2 years of history between these two wrestlers. We've got a nightstick on a pole match, Kyle.
Yep, Luther Wilson III taking on Officer Rob Justice. Crowd already heavily behind Luther Wilson III. Justice going for that nightstick.
Luther climbing up. The first person to grab the nightstick off of that pole is free to use it as they wish in this matchup.
Rob Justice has been using that nightstick so often that he was suspended after using that on Luther Wilson and handcuffing PJ Thorne, taking him out of Pro Wrestling Battleground.
And we saw pull him foot first off of the turnbuckles. Series of slams here. Arm drag, hip toss, and a scoop slam, center of the ring. Luther Wilson standing tall. Maybe going to be going up for that nightstick now.
He's reaching for it.
He's got his hands on it. All he's got to do is pull down on it. I can't tell from here how it's attached.
Wasn't able to get it.
Leg caught up in the rope, and now that Predator, Officer Rob Justice, is going to go to work, maybe on that leg now. The history between these two tracks all the way back to the Federline Agency. Luther Wilson III, the star client of Federline Sachs, along with a rotating guest of other clients, including Officer Rob Justice. Eventually, Luther Wilson left the Federline Agency and soon found himself to be a target of Rob Justice, who is now choking him on the ropes, which is perfectly legal in this nightstick on a pole match. No disqualifications.
No disqualification. And so all these chokes that Rob Justice is using and that big knee to the side of the head of Luther Wilson III are all legal. Stomping away on Luther Wilson III. Trying to keep him down so he can go up for that nightstick. Big forearm. Rob Justice just taunting the crowd. Keeping Luther in that corner.
misses the charge in the corner. Big drop kick from Luther Wilson. Could be his opening to grab that nightstick and put the beating on Officer Rob Justice that's been done to him time and time again over the last year.
Back suplex attempt. Oh,
Turning it into...
looks like he's reversing it. Oh.
Some sort of inverted slam there. Almost looked like he was going for a tombstone pile driver.
Luther managed to slip out of it, but he's still taking a lot of offense from Officer Rob Justice.
Rob Justice continuing to pick the pieces of Luther Wilson in this match. That strong slam into the corner just sent the ring moving about an inch or two. Nice modified. Looked like he was going for a neck breaker. Wound up putting him face first into his knee. And now pressing his foot into his face.
For that big face wash by Rob Justice. Still taunting the crowd after every maneuver.
I was talking to Luther earlier this evening, and he was telling me he's had an idea for a new finishing move that he might hit tonight. He told me he's going to do his best to try to fit it in. He hasn't been able to hit it in a couple matches, but he's had it in his back pocket. He's had it up his sleeve, and he feels tonight is the perfect night to pull it out here at Walewski's Blue Saloon.
Oh, you said this feud has been going on nearly 2 years. It is that type of maneuver that Officer Rob Justice would not see coming. Justice looks like he's going for that axe bomber clothesline, though. Oh, as soon as Luther hits it,
takes him down, center of the ring. He's looking now. He might be going for that nightstick.
Rob Justice climbing up.
And he's got a hold of the nightstick now. But Luther's got him. He's got him hooked for a power bomb here. Power bomb, middle of the ring. But it took energy out of the Luther as well. Both men looking for everything they can use in their will to get back to their feet now, Kyle.
Josh, they're going for everything in their repertoire. As I was saying earlier, if he is going for a new finishing maneuver, or that would be something unexpected for Rob Justice, so Luther Wilson III could catch him by surprise.
Luther unloading a right, left, and an elbow. There's that fire that we want to see out of Luther Wilson. That exploding with offense there. Big splash with a hip in the corner. Bulldog hits him with a bulldog center of the ring.
Crowd behind Luther Wilson III. Going for that
Belly to belly side suplex.
Luther trying to regain his composure. He's looking up at that nightstick.
Crowd wants him to get to that nightstick now.
Luther struggling over there. Decides to go back to Rob Justice. This is he's starting to get up. Luther looking at Rob Justice.
Looking for an elevated version of that training day leg drop that he's been using. Missed it though. Maybe telegraphed that move too much, Kyle.
A little bit. Rob Justice wasn't as worn down as Luther Wilson III thought he was. Now Rob Justice going, stalking in Luther.
Hits him with that double arm face buster center of the ring, and that could be it. He might not even need the nightstick, but he's got it anyways. And it almost looks like he's struggling getting it untied. We can't tell from here how it's attached. And he's got it. Officer Rob Justice is free to use the nightstick as he pleases. It's Luther Wilson, smack dab right in the middle of the eyes. And quite frankly, this one's over, Kyle.
Yeah, that nightstick has taken men out of Battle Royals, has taken men out of this Pro Wrestling Battleground itself, but it wasn't enough to knock out Luther Wilson. Just a 2 count. Rob Justice is surprised.
And there's that fight in Luther Wilson. He might not even know that the nightstick's in play. It almost looked like he was climbing to that corner. It's a Uranagi suplex, center of the ring. Luther looking around the ring now. He's got his eyes on that nightstick.
He's going for it.
He's got that look in his eyes, Kyle.
Luther Wilson has that nightstick.
He's thinking about every time he's been hit with that nightstick in the last year plus. And he's getting ready to put the beating on Officer Rob Justice. It's a training day leg drop, center of the ring. And that's it.
Luther Wilson III wins a hard-fought contest here at Pro Wrestling Battleground.